Hey everyone, welcome back to video 3 of our desktop UI automation series. In the last video, we learned how to automate form fields and verify updates in a desktop application. If you need a quick refresher, just check out the link in the video description. Today, we're taking things a step further. You will learn how to automate the entire process of creating a new contact in the demo desktop app. So, what happens when you create a new contact on any website or the application? You need to enter details, right? Usually that means typing in the first name, last name, and email manually. But wouldn't it be great if you could just automate that? That's exactly what we'll do. Instead of typing in each field, we'll be pulling the values straight from an Excel sheet using Leapwork's data-driven approach. This will help us fill out the form automatically, based on external data. Now, why is this useful? For industries dealing with tons of data, like sales or customer management, this is a huge time saver. You avoid repeating the same process over and over, making the automation more dynamic. Whether you're running tests with different sets of data or entering data in bulk, using Excel as a source helps streamline the entire process and solve the issue of manual, repetitive input. So let's get started and automate the creation of a new contact. We will continue from this login flow which we created in the last lesson to launch the demo application using a subflow. Here's our demo application opened. Now we will create another subflow to create a new contact. At first, let's delete the pass block to continue flow creation. With the help of Start Recorder feature, capture new button, select Click UI element. The click type is left, click on Apply button. You can see the form is opened. Now we will fill only mandatory fields, last name, first name, and email. Let's capture these fields one by one. Capture last name. Select Set UI element block. In text value, enter the text as last name. The type is text, click on Apply button. Now capture first name. Select Set UI element block. In text value, enter first name. The type is text, click on Apply button. Let's repeat for our next field, that's email. We have successfully captured all the three fields. After filling the mandatory fields, the next step is to click Save button. Now capture Save button. Select Click UI element. Button click type will be left. Click on Apply button. Now close and save the recording. We can see the automation flow to create a new contact is created. Let me adjust the flow to give you a clear view. Yeah, now let's connect the pass block to complete the flow. Now we will create a subflow of these steps which we captured for new contact creation. You must be able to sync that. Why we didn't put the exact value in all three fields? Because we will be passing values from Excel sheet to these fields. Let's continue. Simply select all these blocks used to create new contact. Right-click and select Create Subflow. Let's keep the name of subflow as New Contact 2. And click on Save button. Yes, the subflow is created. We can identify all subflows with their purple color. Subflows in Leapwork extremely simplify complex tasks by breaking them into smaller and manageable parts. You don't have to recreate flows, just reuse your subflows in automation flows and save your time. You can see that they also enhance the visual structure of your canvas by minimizing the number of blocks. Plus, you can create subflows within subflows, that allows you to organize even more complex workflows in a well-structured manner. It becomes so easier to manage and scale automation. Now the question comes, since we have created the subflow, how will we pass the values for last name, first name, and email ID fields? In Leapwork, you can pull data from various external sources like Excel, SQL databases, etc., but the most commonly used source is the Excel block. To learn more about data-driven automation and the supported platforms, please visit the Leapwork Learning Center. The link is in the description. Now let's add building block Excel. And yes, we have read Excel building block here. Yeah. With the help of Read Excel block, we will pull data from an Excel file into our automation flow. Now let me explain the source types this block provides you to select from. Here you can see, if click on the drop-down of source type, we have two options: data file, and the second one is local path. So basically, data file refers to an Excel file, which we have to upload, or we can say that we have to import to Leapwork, and the local path is an Excel file that is saved on your own computer. You can select either of the two source types. That's how you want to select your data file. Let's go ahead with data file source type for now. Now, since we have to keep the Read Excel block before the subflow new contact to, let's arrange it. Yes, delete this connector, then place and connect. Read Excel block in between these blocks. By doing this, the values from Read Excel block will be passed to the subflow. And yes, it's arranged now. The next step is to select the file from where this Read Excel block will read the data. I'm selecting the file from my device. I had prepared the data beforehand. The Excel file is added. With the help of define property, you have to define the range from where Leapwork will pull data, or you can say take data. Click on define. Select the entire data. And here you have to select use first row as header and click on save button. Checking first row as header means Leapwork will treat the first row as the label for each column in the selected range. We have successfully added Excel file to our flow and defined the range to select data from it. Now it's time to enter data from Excel sheet to the form field's last name, first name, and email ID. To do it, open this subflow, right-click and select Edit Subflow. Here's our subflow. Let me little arrange to give you a proper look. Yes, you can see these three blocks that capture last name, first name, and email ID. We can type the values directly, but we will use value input block to put data in each. You can see here the Use UI window block, so this is automatically added during action capturing with Leapwork's Start Recorder to ensure that the automation flow is targeting the correct application window. It helps Leapwork identify and interact with the specific window where the actions are being performed. We will learn about Use UI window more in details in the next videos. Let's add value input block. Right-click and select value input block. Now understand, imagine you're setting up a flow in Leapwork, and you need it to use different information each time, like names or numbers. The value input block is where you type in that information. The value input block tells Leapwork, use this specific value when running the flow. So instead of changing the flow every time, you just have to update the value in this block. Once you update the value, Leapwork will automatically use that new data the next time the flow runs. It's that super interesting and time-saving. Rename it. Connect input property to text value property of set UI element block. Similarly, repeat steps for first name. and connect it to text value property of set UI element block. Let me little arrange the flow. Now rename this block as first name. Similarly, we will repeat the steps for the email ID field. Rename it and connect input property to text value property of set UI element block. Before we proceed, let's replace these blocks with execution input and output blocks to make the subflow more flexible. This pass block is yes making the flow complete, but if we will keep it, we'll not be able to connect further blocks to this subflow. Replacing it with execution input and execution output blocks, the subflow can connect smoothly to other parts of your automation flow, allowing it to start and finish based on specific triggers, rather than just passing through automatically. Now, this helps you control how and when the subflow runs within a larger automation process. Let's save this particular version of automation flow. In comments, let's write comment. The value input blocks added. Now let's go to our main flow. Yeah, we can see the input fields have been successfully added in the new contact subflow. Now it's quite easy. Let's connect all fields with the help of Blue Connector. Yes, like this. Once we do it, Leapwork will be able to read data from Excel sheet and input them in form fields. We have connected the fields. Close the demo application. Minimize all other apps to avoid any challenge. Run the flow. Let's look at the flow execution. And yes, we can see that our flow is passed if we check the application. If you try to search with first name Bill, yes, we can see the result, and our new contact is created successfully. This is how quick and easy it is to automate the process of creating new contacts in the demo application through Leapwork. Now, let's say if you want to create multiple contacts in one go, what would you do? It's simple. We just have to tell Read Excel block to check each and every row of the data and create new contacts based on it. Let me show you how can you do it. Expand Read Excel block. And yes, in method, if we open the dropdown, you can see three options: first row, row index, and iterate. At first, the selected method was first row, since we were creating a one contact whose details were in the first row of the Excel data. If you select index, you will have to specify the row to pick data from, so Read Excel block will read that row only and perform actions accordingly. Now, since we have to create contacts for all rows in our Excel data, let's select iterate. Doing this, Read Excel block will loop through all the rows and create new contacts based on it. Once iteration is completed, the flow will pass. When we say pass, it means we now need to connect pass block to the completed property of Read Excel block. Simply delete this connector and connect pass block to completed property. Now, let's run the flow again. See, 1 point. Always avoid to move your mouse when clicking the Run button because Leapwork captures your screen interactions. Any movement can interfere with automation accuracy by affecting how it recognizes and executes actions. And yes, we can see both contacts are created one by one. Flow is successfully passed. Now, if we check the activity log on the right-hand side, we can see each contact details are successfully entered in form and contacts are created. I would like to suggest you try this exercise at your end. Moreover, to again see the entire automation process, you can check the recording of your automation flow anytime you want with this recording panel. Likewise, you can handle data in bulk so efficiently that it will not only simplify the way you automate data management, but also scale your automation results and deliver quality outcomes. Let's recap. In today's video, we learned how to automate the process of creating a new contact in the demo application through Subflow. We also learned how to do parameterization. That is how to enter values in form fields dynamically through Excel sheet, and how to iterate through all rows in the Excel data. At the end, we run the flow and verified new contact creation. This was all about today's tutorial. I hope you understood the concepts today. Stay tuned for more interesting videos in this series, where we will bring more concepts and help you master desktop UI automation with ease. For any doubts and queries, feel free to contact us through Leapwork support or connect via live chat. Thank you for watching, and remember, with every click brings you close to innovation, turning complexity into simplicity.